just lets me know that God's dream for our life is so much bigger than our own. I know that when we were singing about nothing is impossible when we believe. There's no obstacle too big in your life that God can't turn around. There's no dream that God's put in your heart that He cannot bring to pass. And so tonight we just thank you for standing with us. And it's a victory not just for Lakewood, it's a victory for the kingdom of God. I say this humbly, but you know, we are the largest church in the history of America. I don't say that, you know, just bragging on us. I say that to say that God has entrusted us with something great. I know God has blessed our family with awesome people like you. Some of you have stood with us for many years. Some of you are newer, but we just feel humbled to be doing this together. God's just given us a platform, all of us. And I believe that the favor that God's shown, you know, this ministry is going to flow right down to each one of you because you're connected with it. But anyway, we were at the mayor's office earlier this week, at least I was. Victoria wasn't able to go, but I wanted to just show you her presenting us the deed.
It is my absolute honor to be mayor of the city of Houston, and I have enjoyed the opportunity to preside over some really wonderful events. When people of goodwill get together, it's amazing what you can do. And in the transfer of the final deed from the city of Houston to the congregation of Lakewood Church, we have been able to do something that is good for the city of Houston and good for the congregation of Lakewood. And we're just excited about being a part of it.
Thank you so much, Mayor Parker. Thank you for all you've done for us and this last Wednesday. We appreciate you, love you, and pray for you very much at Lakewood.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, Mayor Parker, very good job. This started under Mayor White. It really goes back to Mayor Brown, who got it all going together. So, who got it all started. We thank him very much. And it's been an amazing 51 years. God is a faithful God, like we've been singing about. I just want you to take a few minutes and watch this video. It'll bless you.
Great it is to dream the dream. When you stand and you on the stars. What a great thing is to fight life through. And say at the end, the dream is true.
No sickness can stop you. No bad break can stop you. If God be for you, you dare be against you.
What will you pass on to another generation? For most people, it's a question of money, property, or possessions. In fact, legacy is usually only considered in terms of things. But from the moment Lakewood Church began, we thought about a greater legacy. Not a legacy based on how much we could accumulate, but a legacy based on how many lives we could change. Today, our pastors Joel and Victoria Osteen continue that remarkable vision, sowing their lives into millions of others to leave a legacy that continues for generations to come. The question is, what will you leave?
I believe his positive message is extremely contagious, and it's something that we all need to hear. I'm in nursing school, and this has been one of the toughest things in my life, and I sometimes need that extra motivation and to hear somebody say, you know what, you can do it, believe in yourself, and keep going, and always have your faith.
We have a better understanding of faith for God and where He's going to lead us and guide us throughout our lives to impact not only ourselves and our family, but the rest of our friends and people we run into.
Right now, this church faces one of its greatest opportunities. It's been a long road since we began in an abandoned feed store in 1959. We've been many places and built many buildings, but in every case, we continue growing and reaching for the next level. Because we don't believe in possessions, we believe in people.
He's going to let you know what it's going to take to live a wonderful life. So God bless all of you.
When the Dodgers are behind, in the ninth inning they have a rally and they come back and win the game. Tonight we're just cheering on a risen Savior. So we got reason to celebrate as well.
And you're going to look up and you're going to say, God, I know
know you've given me wisdom, and I'm going to put my hand to what you've
I'm
given
sitting
me.
at second base in Yankee Stadium. I may not be playing baseball, but I'm doing something else even better.
Well, I'm Jake, I'm a Christian, it's dreary and boring, you know, and he's saying, no, that's not what God intended.
My family and everyone was always negative, and he's always positive, and he brought me back to the Lord.
About 5 years ago when I lost my job, I thought my sense of purpose was lost. But I was up late one night 5 years ago, and I saw Joel giving a message about how God was our purpose and our source, not our jobs. And I knew deep down inside God had given me a vision to start my own business, to become an entrepreneur. And through a lot of hard work and prayer, and constantly listening to Joel's messages of hope and inspiration and how we can persevere and how God would even prosper us in the desert, we've been able to continue to have our business running. And not only is it running, it's doing extremely well. We're the official grooming shop for the Houston Rockets, which is a great honor. We keep a picture of Pastor Joel in our lobby when people come in and they know for me and my business, we will serve the Lord.
I was remembering, several years ago, when we came to this fantastic place, we sponsored seats. I think that's so powerful to think about. I've been a part of that seat where they're sitting. I've been a part of, but more than the seat, it's what's being left in their heart and what's being left in their spirit. And as the word is being spoken and what God can do in their life, and burdens being lifted and histories being changed. Wow. That's legacy, when you can change somebody's history, somebody's life, somebody's marriage, somebody's family. Now we're talking real legacy.
So when we were leaving the service, we were going through the thousands of people, I literally bumped into Joel Osteen. And I mean, that was just so strange. He asked John, well, why are you here? And John told him, and he saw how much we were hurting and heard about our 47 years and that I had divorced John. And he just stopped everything right there in the middle of the crowd and prayed with us. And it turned my heart around. I just immediately felt forgiveness and love and realized why we had come to Lakewood.
Lakewood, you're teaching us how to be like Christ, literally. You're not about talking, you're about action. And we have so much more to learn from you. I salute you. I'm Pastor Julian Hewlett Kenny. God bless you so much.
After all, what possession could possibly be worth a broken family being restored? A child being healed? Hope transforming someone's life?
It really has changed my life and took me from a place where I was dark and afraid and scared to opening my heart and letting God just take my life and direct me where I need to go.
I think I heard Joel say it once, but I really did learn that God can turn your life around, like in a second.
So now we're 48 years.
Yeah, going for gold.
Most important, nothing on this earth could compare to the value of a single person accepting Christ.
With a stadium of 40,000 people, and to me it looked like 80% stood up, and you hear just this boom, boom, and it's just all these chairs just going up, and I just think it's probably the most beautiful sound in the world.
There was a time that I didn't want to go to church. But listening to him inspired me, and it stirred up my spirit to know that I needed to go back and serve God and be effective for his kingdom, not just to sit and be a couch potato, but to do his will.
So I saw him, and I kind of thought to myself, man, I want to have that. I want to have what he has. And it was after that I found a church here, and I became a Christian and started going after God.
That's why this opportunity matters so much. We have the chance to build the greatest platform for sharing our message in the history of this church. Through a remarkable miracle, the city of Houston has made it possible for us to purchase this building. By doing so, we will be determining our direction for the future. No lease, no strings. This would be our building, supporting our vision, our calling, and our purpose. But that can only happen as we join together. One person can't do it. 100 people can't do it. Not even 1,000 can do it. But all of us together can make it possible for us to assume complete ownership of this entire building.
Hi Lakewood. Hey church, I'm here in Kibera, which is one of the largest slums in Africa, here on the outskirts of Nairobi, Kenya. We're representing you. We're ambassadors, so to speak, of Lakewood Church. Just know that we're really together making an impact, and I thank you for your continued involvement in supporting what we're doing here, all of you.
In reflecting on the legacy of Lakewood Church, to me it's pretty overwhelming and overpowering being here right now. Just a few minutes ago, I was coming out of a guest house here in Nairobi, and a young man was tending the gate there. He was reading this tattered book by my brother, and I realized and thought about how many people had read this book. So what is the legacy of Lakewood? Well, my dad started many years ago, just helping people grow in their walk with God. We're planting the seed, we're watering the seed, but God's given a harvest beyond anything that we can think or imagine. And that's, to me, the legacy of Lakewood Church.
Our founding pastor once said, how great it is to dream the dream, but greater still is to fight life through and say to men, the dream